Hey, hey! Well, y'all wasn't playing. Cracking, you guys. Let's change up something. Did you guys know Halloween is my favorite holiday of the year? I hope you're ready. I hope that you are ready. What is cracking, you guys? What's poppin'? I get an orange. Does anybody know the hue? There you go. There you go. That's 36. I will take it. What is cracking? What is poppin'? How are you guys? Just doing some things on the fly. Gonna bring him up. Yes. Oh, that's scary. This is old. Don't mind that. Listen to another song. Oh, I forgot to put my screen share. Hi. Oh, thanks, Gretchen. Appreciate you. Coming to get us. Gigi, what is cracking? Hey, girl. Hey. How are you? I saw Richard in here. What is going on? Nope, that's too slow. Okay. K-Walk. Hi. How are you? All right. Hey, Marilyn. Thank you for coming through. How are you? Gabe. Gabe, you have to reschedule yourself. How are you doing today? What's cracking? It's hoodie season. Brett, where is it? Brought up my Ecamm Live sweater. Why am I dragging up the past? What happened? Hold on. I don't want to do that. Tell me. Why am I dragging up the past? Tell me. Tell me. I want to know. Appreciate the support, Gabe. Thank you. Where's James? There's James. Mr. Hicks. What is cracking? Mr. Hicks. Gigi got you before I got you on that gimbal. Nah, don't like that song. Next. Todd. Yeah. Todd. Todd is here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hi, Todd. How are you? One more time for you.
Ho, ho, ho.
Todd, that was a great stream today. Fantastic stream. I enjoyed it. Hoodie with slides? Gigi, do you know what mini tonks are? Because that is what I have. Remember, I have Raynaud's. I need to keep my feet warm, okay? What is cracking? How are you guys? Hold on, let me make sure I lower the right one. I can keep it for a little bit of background music. What is cracking, everybody? We're going to talk about Apple and the iPad event. But like I mentioned before, and thank you for everyone that is here. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are all amazing. Appreciate you. Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. We're talking Apple iPads. You want to murder a pumpkin. Don't get me in the mood. You guys don't understand. This is absolutely my favoritist holiday of the year. I put it. K-Walk, I did the ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
There you go. I needed to, can I tell you guys, when Todd was on the show earlier today with Katie, I wanted to text Katie and message her my audio so that she can play it on the stream. And I said, if I do that to Katie, I'm going to so distract her and she's going to kill me. I can't do that. But I want you to know it took everything in me to not text her and say, Katie, please play this sound. I brought up an old comment from the past. Oh, good job, Paul. Good job. You're right. That was an old. Paul, I save your comments because that's what I use for my, to customize and stuff like that. You know what? Man. Anyway, need to send you the toe warmers. Yes, that is a real thing. Today, I almost thought about bringing my heater out because my fingertips were very cold. I was looking around my desk for placement. Raynaud's is very serious, guys. So, but you guys are here. You are my fixer, my good sir. My live streaming husband is my fixer. Absolutely. Convince me to not invest in a 12-inch M2 Pro. I don't. All right. That's a great question. That is a great question. Hold on, because I do have notes. Let me get my life situated. I did full screen and I can't do full screen. So that's okay. Let me just bring my notes up. Ooh, this is very circusy. I hope you guys are not afraid of clowns. Oh my God. If anybody has any phobias, please let me know and I'll be a nice streamer. But I want you to know, I prepped. I did prep. So these are some of the things that we're going to be going over today. I don't think I'm going to share it on screen. But if you guys don't, Paul, can you please give your warning to everyone? Because if you don't want to be convinced, then this may not be the stream for you. Because I took some time today. I told Paul, I said, if I invested this much every time, that's all I'm going to say because I'm working on positive talk. So, hey, my loop deck has been randomly turning off. Just turned off again. So here's the notes we're going over. Regular iPad Pro, regular iPad announcements, the iPad 10. Keyboard Folio, iPad Pro M2. Lots of notes there. iPad OS just being released on October 24th. And a quick blurb about the Apple 4K, Apple TV 4K. So you see here, I have some good notes for you guys. Share some stuff. So I don't know if I would be the right person to quote unquote allegedly convince you or not convince you. But yeah. And there it is. Thank you, Paul. Oh, I need the alarms. Warning. Viewing this stream is at your own risk. India, her subsidiaries, or her mods are not responsible for any negative impact on your net worth. Warning. You have been warned. I gotta get like the purge siren. Oh, Paul, can you text me that note? I need to look for that siren because that'll be perfect for the rest of the month. I'm going to drive you guys crazy. Pirate Broadcast. Yo, que lo que? How are you? Excuse me. Forgot my cue. Yes, exactly. Hey, Lee. How are you? Daughter's dressing it, my 18-month-old granddaughter as Chucky for Halloween. Oh my God, how awesome is that? Gretchen, please send me pictures. I appreciate that. Not giving me gas. I just dropped money for lighting for my DJ setup for a couple of middle school dances I have coming up. All right. Make sure you got to share the picture, share the love. Ventura is just around the corner. I didn't put that. So that was in the article, but I did not put that on there. Thank you. It is not on. Lumia Stream is not on, but I will be investing in the setups to get my NAN lights with DMX. And so it will be before the end of the month, we will be able to do that again. So researching for a Christmas gift. All right. Danger Will Robinson gift. K-Walk. You're telling your age. I don't know that. GIF. Don't be mad at me. And Paul is reminding you, your question should look like this with a Q colon in front of it. Otherwise, it is just a comment. So, all right. How do you guys feel that there was not a keynote? Let's talk about that. I'll lower the music just a little bit more, but let's talk about that. There was not a keynote. It was just, I saw a notification this morning. Actually, Tim Cook tweeted a video and it was like doodles and stuff this morning. And I forget what it was called, but basically that was the onset of the announcement. And then I saw an article where they said the Apple Store is down. And so most likely when the Apple Store comes back up, that means that the iPads will be ready. And so that's what happened. I know at some point I started working, and then at some point, obviously the Apple Store came back up and it was good to go. So like I mentioned, they announced So no new products. Let's talk about that. No new products, except with the exception of the keyboard folio. And I can argue that that may not necessarily be a new product. It is a maybe updated product, a variation of an existing product. Let me know in the comments. Do you think, if you know, and if not, we'll talk about it. But if you know already and you read about the keyboard folio, would you consider that a new product, or would you just consider that a variation of an existing product? No new iPads. Updates to the existing iPad lineup. No new iPads. Even with the Apple TV. No new Apple TV. Just refreshed. And they're all software updates. K-Walk said cut to the chase. What the heck? K-Walk, you're feeling sassy today, aren't you? Gosh, man. Let me make this a little bit bigger. That's perfect. All right, there you go. Let me use Paul's. Where's my Mr. Moderator? There you go. Let's get this. I'm mad you said cut to the chase. Damn, K-Walk. Don't forget, I got that video of you. Try me. K-Walk forgot that Dr. Elo and I have a video of her from People of Video that, we can conveniently use to blackmail her. So she better relax. Took me over 2 weeks to unbox my iPhone 14. If I buy the iPad, I may not open until Christmas. Well, that's, anyway. Cut to the chase. Oh, wait, was that it? I don't know what cuts it. Listen, yes, you guys are telling your age. What is it cracking? Yeah. What is going on? Lewis, how are you? No Mini, no Mac Mini. That is correct. Move the camera on the iPad. Yes, they did move the camera. Ooh, hey, girl. Hey, I'm missing you. How are you doing, girl? Yeah. With that beautiful baby and family of yours. How's motherly life treating you? You look very happy. You look like you are just settling in. I see you putting your content creation skills to good use, documenting all the stuff with the baby. Very cool. I am loving all of that stuff. So, no, I mean no event, just the hardware. Cut to today. Okay, got it. I didn't know if you were giving me shade, K-Walk. Sometimes you can be a little sassy, just a little sassy. Trying to figure out the right size. All right. Holding my breath for the M1 Pro, Mac Mini, or iMac. I'm about dead. Listen, we all are. Paul and I were talking about that. We've talked about that multiple times. Hey, Nano, what is cracking? How are you? Aubrey, you changed your picture. I like it. Got it. All right. I got it all caught up now. Don't let those photos fool you. I'm tired. I'm sure. I am, I can't speak from, I can talk to Angie and then Angie can tell me because I can't speak from experience, but the baby's beautiful. You look great. Hubby looks good. We got to catch up. Okay. So no announcements. K-Walk seems to like that. No announcements. She just wants you to cut to the chase. She wants Apple to cut to the chase and give the damn products already. I don't know. So, I mean, listen, I get it. I am, especially with the tech that I love, you guys know, most of you guys know that I absolutely love my iPad. I am a huge note taker, right? I actually haven't upgraded. My iPad is from 2018, so it is time. I will be ordering the iPad on Friday when I get paid. I will be ordering the M2, the iPad Pro. I just feel like maybe that's not where their focus is. Paul and I and a handful of people were expecting an updated Mac Mini, as Todd just mentioned. Now, here's the thing. What do you guys think with the Mac Mini? We've been waiting. There's been speculation on each new event, right? They're going to announce it. They never end up announcing it. I've thought about it. Do you think that maybe they're just not going to update the Mini at all and just force us to get the Mac Studio? Although then there's a gap in the price point when you think about that, because the Mac Studio start at just about $2,000. They go on sale and it's right under $2,000, but the Mac Mini is their starting price is at the equivalent of like a 16-inch MacBook Pro or a spec'd out 14-inch MacBook Pro. And then we have, you know what? If they've kept the MacBook Air, right, at that price point, that's their entry level, I can't see why they wouldn't keep the Mac Mini with the M2 chip. But why haven't they, right? So they've now they've released all pretty much with the exception of the MacBook Pros because they're still on the M1. But all the regular computers and the 13-inch MacBook Pro is now updated to the M2 chips. I'm waiting because I made the horrible mistake of getting my Mac Mini with 256 gig. Don't judge me. That was just horrible. It was just, I don't know why I did it. I told Paul where I'm at the point, and I'm trying not to die like Todd, but I'm almost there. I'm at the point where I just may take the couple of grand and invest in the studio, and future-proof myself. Listen, I looked today on Best Buy, $3,500 for the M1 Ultra, 1 terabyte, and 64 gigs of core, all of that stuff, 32 gigs of RAM and 32. I was like, ay, coño. I don't know. Just announced the M2 Mac Mini. I'll drop $2,000 for a spec'd out Mac Mini, right? But over for a desktop computer. So I've dropped over $2,000 for my laptop because I have the 16-inch MacBook Pro, 512, 512 gigs. Yeah, for a laptop, I understand why, because obviously to put all that power in a portable computer, totally different, right? You're getting a really great small computer screen, with the bezels, powerhouse, great chip, all of that stuff. But on a desktop computer, I don't know. You guys are all going through. Let me see what we got here in the comments. Aubrey's using her alter personality. She is. Give us the goods. Or the average. Never had an iPad, but I always felt like you've never had an iPad? No judgment here. I love you. How have you never had an iPad? I won't judge you. Apple don't care what you do. Just give me an M2 Mac Mini. Bite your tongue. Wait, what? Keep this talk up. I'm going to end the stream. Why? Oh, because we're talking about the Ultra, the Studio. Maybe now I can get an older 12-inch for under 1K. Absolutely. You definitely can. Could be issues with the chip supply. I don't know. So Kimberly, I don't know, because here's the thing. They got all those other computers with the M2. The iPad now has an M2 chip. Why no Mac Mini? Oh, there she is. It's all right. You could have stood in the other one. Mr. Camera Junkie loves his studio. I know, we've spoken, and that was a little bit of his rationale that he wasn't going to get a laptop. He was thinking about maybe getting a laptop. He looked at the price point. He decided for the same price, get the Mac Studio because of what he does as an editor and stuff like that. It made sense for him. Before you do that, are we getting another press release next week? No. Why would we get another press release? For what? Did I miss something? That was it. That's the only one that they were talking about, the iPads. Unless I missed something. Don't do anything drastic until mid-November. That's true, because then all the sales, all that stuff. I've been strongly considering the base studio with a nice LG monitor. Same, Todd. Same. Let's not encourage each other. Opted for the Ultra Watch for now. Still waiting. Gotta get that. Listen, you when you start to calculate all of that stuff. I mean, I'm on the 5. So I did say I'm going to get the Ultra. However, I said, you know what? Let me not. I'm just trying to prioritize. Paul and I were really hoping for the M2 Mac Mini because that was going to be on the absolute buy this go around. And then the iPad Pro, like I said, because mine is not even the M1 chip. It's the one right before it. So it's the 2018. And it's due time. And I mainly use my Apple Watch for cycling. We're coming into the winter now, so I won't be cycling at all indoors. So for the Apple Watch, I decided to see maybe for the holidays or at the beginning of next year, maybe January, February, I'll at that point, put it back into my budget and pick up the Ultra right before next year's cycling season. Because that's where I know I personally will get the most use of it, because my watch, when I cycled, when I cycle now with this watch, I don't even turn on the tracking on the watch itself. I use my bike GPS because it'll kill the battery. So that is that with that. Let's see. You put out in the universe that Apple may not upgrade the Mini. Blasphemy.
Go on you.
Sorry. They are talking about a Mac Mini. I went with the Ultra. I'm not feeling this great battery life. You're not feeling it? Why? What? Why? What? What do you mean you're not feeling? Please tell more. I've been putting on buying restriction. Don't be surprised if there are a few more Apple announcements soon. I haven't been okay, you haven't gotten the great battery life. That's interesting. Gretchen says, I've had an iPad since the first week the iPad 1 came out. My current is an iPad Pro, great for editing photos. Haven't cracked the screen yet, which is my usual buy new one trigger. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I had the iPad 1. And I wouldn't say I've had every variation, but I know I've definitely, as soon as it came out, then I've switched back and forth between an Android tablet and then iPad. And then finally, I just immersed myself. When they changed to this format, that there's no Touch ID, when they changed to this format, I originally had the 11-inch Pro. I bought the original Apple Pencil, which was horrible. And then I decided, then they upgraded. But writing notes as much as I did for work, I would say probably about 6 years ago, because it was when I became a loan officer with the bank, where I create customer files and write notes for each file that I'm literally writing every day, all day. And it's just income calculations. It's notes about the client. It's, just things that I need that are pertinent to the file. That's when I started doing more research on deciding between an 11-inch and the 12.9. And one of the things that when you read the articles and people are, telling when you're trying to decide what's the best size, the use case or the comparison for the 12.9-inch iPad is that it's, for the most part, the same size as a notebook. So check this out. I actually have a notebook here. It's not a notebook, but you know, it's a size, what is it? 8 by 11, you know, a regular notebook that you have. And here's my iPad. And if we line them up, you can see the iPad's a little bit bigger, but the width from left to right, come over here. There you go. The width from left to right, it is. And if we actually look at the size of the screen, hold please. I did reset my overhead camera. This one here. Yep. Out. There you go. So if you look at the size itself of the borders, oh hey, right, you can see that from border to border, if I come this way, from top to bottom, the notebook is for the most part the same exact size of the screen. And if I were to lay it down, kind of like that, you can see that the iPad is pretty much right at the edges of the borders. So the 12.9-inch iPad, if you are really looking to take notes, like if you're a heavy note taker, whether it's a college student, someone who, like I think about Gigi, who she's an attorney, she has to write notes, right? If you're in a space, a teacher like K-Walk, someone who's an educator, whatever it is for your business, if you're constantly writing notes, that would be my use case to tell you that you probably should heavily consider the 12.9-inch iPad, because it gives you that sense of familiarity and you're used to the size and stuff like that. But you lose the portability of like that media consumption if you want to sit on the sofa and read an article, read a book, easily one-handedly watch a video or something like that. The 11-inch is definitely, I miss that the most. Sorry, my eye is itching me. I don't know what's going on with my eye. Help me. Okay. I miss that the most. Hold on. My desk. Okay, no mess there. I miss that the most from when I had the 11-inch Pro. Being able to sit, right, on the sofa with one hand and just kind of, let me bring this over here, and just kind of, you know, read it. It's, you can feel the weight difference, and, you know, this is a hefty device. So if you're looking for media consumption, website reading of books, articles, things like that, definitely the 11-inch. But if you need something for notes, if that's what you're really like going to take advantage of, or even video editing, right? Because all the stuff that you can do now, video editing, Procreate, drawing, get the bigger size. Get the bigger size. So we're going to go into the notes a little bit. Let me see. I'm just checking on the comments. Let me see. K-Walk says, I was expecting at least 3 days, barely getting 2 days, but I do use it for sleep. That's a big factor, K-Walk. And remember, they are bringing another update where you can get even more battery out of it, but that's a big factor. So I've never used the Apple Watch. I have a Whoop band. It's hard to see, but I use a Whoop band. Back in the day, I used to use the Fitbit for my sleeping tracking, because those devices are more dedicated, right, for fitness and stuff. But I imagine that that's playing a huge role. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much, Paul. Let's bring that out here. Oh, I timed this very poorly. Come on, Paul. Get out of here. There you go. Don't literally. There you go. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you. Let's see. I gave my iPad Air to my daughter with the intention of getting a new one, but my wife said no. Uh-oh. No bueno. Got a bump last month, because though my students didn't do well, we were able to give them a year's worth of growth. Oh, that's good. Congrats. I need a stream on how to get rid of my and my parents' stack of at least 5 older iPads. Listen, check out Swappa. I have told you guys about Swappa. So my ZVE10, 16 Sigma 16 millimeter, what's on my A64, what I use to stream that's dedicated in the teleprompter, is a Sigma. I have an alert. I told, I don't know if she's still here, but I told Kombucha about this, and she had scored a Sigma 16 for her Canon. You can put on alerts. You can subscribe to whatever products that are available on Swappa. Put on an alert. And so I have an alert still on, and a Sigma 16 came up last month. The guy wanted, I think he wanted $205. Listen, that lens brand new is $400. Used, the cheapest you'll be able to get it is around $240. On average, used they go for $260. But let's say on the low end, used from like B&H and Adorama, $240. He put it for $205. I talked him down. I got that lens for $190. Practically brand new. He still had the box. $190. So I say that because I absolutely love Swappa. I have talked about Swappa multiple times. I would tell you to check out Swappa and to just see what they have. If you can list it and what you can, or hit me up. I can, maybe next week. If you can wait till next week, K-Walk, what I'll say is message me the models that you guys have. I did this with Paul. I did the exercise. Gigi was supposed to get me pictures of her MacBook Pro so she can sell it. But get me models, the model numbers for the ones that you have, and I can do the research, and we can talk about that next week, and I can show you like just a full blown on resell, how to really strategically resell your electronics, cameras, phones, things like that on Swappa. The only iPad I had is the Pro 11-inch 2020 Apple Pencil Magic Keyboard. That's the setup I have. Now that DaVinci Resolve is coming to iPad M2, calling my name. Mind you, my favorite Apple product is the iPad. Yeah. You know. See? That's what I said. An attorney like Gigi, it makes sense. It's replaced her work laptop at 100%. Easy to transport, great size, absolutely. I put it this way. If my company were to, like, we use an application, a software program called Encompass. They do have a mobile version of it. If they were to load Encompass on my iPad, I would not need a computer at all. And that would be my main device. I wish. Absolutely wish. 12.9-inch case keyboard, a bit heavy. Right? It's heavy. That's what it is. That's why I said if you're looking for media consumption, it is a heavy, hefty device. However, you know, it does, it's depending on what you're looking for. Yeah, but the tagging in the chat, K-Walk, is, that's a YouTube thing. So let's see. I see the spammers came here. I don't know. I still see it on my end. I don't know if you guys, any of the mods, if you're here, I just hit ban. If any of you, there you go. All right, I'm just catching up. I'm catching up. Thanks. Ban them, please. Swappa. Yes, Swap. Just like that. Swappa is the name of the website. Not websiter. No, pero website. Hey, Dean. How are you? Dean, this in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to buy all the DMX stuff. So I'm going to be knocking on your door for help. Girl, I can help you. Just send me the list. Swappa is my jam. She knows that. She knows that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so when you're ready, she knows I'm here. Offer up right now, looking at things. Luis, look at Swappa. Do you have a Swappa link? If I'm going to do it, I want to give you the props. No, so they don't have anything like affiliate links. Thank you. Nothing like that. No big deal. But if you need help, like I said, for pricing and for both, because I've sold stuff and I've bought stuff. I've been using Swappa for years. Love using LumaFusion on the iPad Pro for all my editing and note-taking. Just the right size to fit in smaller backpacks without the weight. Yeah, I mean, it's still good. File management on the iPad could be better. That's an Apple thing. I agree. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you. All right, so let's go into it. Do you guys want me to show you pictures of the stuff that was announced? I have the website open, so if you guys want to see it. If not, we can continue to talk. So the iPad Pro, the regular iPad. So the changes with the regular iPad, I've done live streams. I haven't really done any videos, but next week for sure. So let's do this real quick. I'll do a screen share. I asked you guys, and then I'm just like, I'll just do a screen share. We can just move some stuff around really quick. I can make myself little. Ooh, this is a scary one. I'll bring the volume up while I... Hey, India. That's spooky. So spooky. I like this. Guys, I'm a glutton for punishment. I was watching a scary... Paul, did I tell you, like last week, that... Guys, I'm a weirdo. I watched a scary movie. I know I definitely told Angie. I watched a scary movie, and it was like a puppet master movie kind of deal. And it wasn't scary, but it had like demons in it that were a little scary. The movie itself was not scary. B-list actors, one of the actors from like Handmaid's Tale, the main actor, we've seen him before, B-list actors. The makeup on the demons was legit. I think it was a movie from Blumhouse. If you guys like scary movies, if you guys like scary movies, you know who Blumhouse is, and they do great with scary movies. Did they make Sinister? I think Blumhouse made Sinister. They made, I think, The Insidious. That's a whole nother. Okay, I will ping you. It's going to happen very soon. Definitely this month. So I will definitely reach out to you before I buy anything. And I fucking had a nightmare with the one demon. Have you guys ever... We're going to get to this, but I need to just, since I started on this rant, down this rabbit hole. Hold on. Let me just fix this really quick. Do I want this way? There you go. And I can make myself a little circle. And let's do white. Let's do orange. There you go. I'll bring myself over here. All right. Just a little bit. No. Have you guys ever woken up and gotten so scared? I had goosebumps and chills. Both. Not just like the chills. In Spanish, we call that califrio. The goosebumps. But I also had chills. That fucking demon visiting me scared the shit out of me in my dream, okay? Now I'm talking about it. I know that I'm gonna have a scary dream tonight, and I live on my own. Thank God for the dogs, because if I didn't have the dogs with me, I would have been calling Paul. Paul, keep me up. All right. Let's see. You hate them. I love them. Gas. Gear acquisition syndrome. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Those are the acronyms that is haunting me right now. iPad M2, iPad M2, iPad M2. And then I woke up. I'm with you. I am an absolutely, I'm a glutton for punishment. Like I live right by Eastern State Penitentiary where Al Capone, they jailed him. I'm like literally 10 minutes away from there, and they turned it into a haunted house every year at night. Oh, I want to go. All right. But that's for the Halloween stream that we're going to do. All right. So let me look at my notes. Let's go here. iPad regular, called the iPad 10. That's this bad boy over here. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Silly girl. Got it. There you go. So it's the iPad 10, and the biggest changes now is that Apple is completely moving away from Touch ID, the little button Touch ID. So now this has like the iPad mini. Touch ID is on the power button. Now all of the iPads have that very thin bezel, pretty much almost borderless per se compared to what it was before. So that's the biggest difference. And the biggest change is that now the iPads, there will no longer be a version of the iPad with the Circle Touch ID on the screen. The cheaper iPads will have Touch ID built into the fingerprint reader. The iPad mini has it. It works very well. I love it. Although if I had to choose between the two, I still love my Face ID. I love being able just to swipe up, tap the screen, pick up my phone, or my iPad, and it looks at me and it unlocks. First world problems of convenience. Yes, absolutely. But I love Face ID, but Touch ID works very, very well. I've never not had an instance where Touch ID does not work on the iPad. So it does a great job at that. K-Walk, I'm my own scary. You're funny. Yes, this is why Touch ID is a pain. I just finished saying how I like it. Is it because of the reach, like the placement? So Touch ID itself works. That's what I was saying. Touch ID works. I will say so I guess it's kind of the same argument. I will say that if you're comparing and you're used to Face ID, right? Because on the iPhones, we've had Face ID now for forever. Once you're used to Face ID, that inconvenience of, or when it's like if you have to put in your password or, Apple Pay or something like that with the password, I can see it being a pain in the ass. Face ID is just the best for that. But the hardware itself works very well, right? So at least my experience. K-Walk, you can tell me if that's not the case. So 4 new colors. What are the colors? I wrote them down. Silver, yellow, pink, and blue. So no fancy names like Starlight. That's the only one that I remember comes to mind. But Starlight, I remember. That's the gold one. That's what they called it, Starlight. Silver, yellow, pink, and blue. They come in variants, 2 variants, 64 gig and 256 gig. Guys, what happened to the 128 gig? Why can you not buy? So I want to know who in Apple thought it was a great idea to not sell any iPad or this iPad in 120. Listen, again, silly mistake. The iPad mini that I bought, because my iPad mini, actually, I use as a teleprompter. This is the iPad mini. I use it as a teleprompter, so it's always on my screen. Every now and again, I'll bring it upstairs when I want that one-handed, I want to read on the Kindle, and I don't want to I keep my Kindle in my bedroom, so if I want to read or just really consume articles, I'll use the iPad mini. So I said, I don't need anything because I have my iPad Pro. My iPad Pro is 256 gig, and that's where I do most of my work. The operating system itself is like freaking 40 gigs. So I did download some apps because I do use it. It's just not on a daily basis, but I do use it. I can't use it anymore, not the way I would want to on a daily basis, because if I were to consistently use it, I've been told more than once that I don't have enough storage. They should no longer sell the iPad variant, any iPad variant in 64 gigs. That is the one thing I will say now. If you guys are considering buying an iPad, do not. If I go into this really quick, let me just get out of the iPad. I'm going to tell you right now with mine, I just got to go into the settings. How much space? No. So that, I was surprised to see that it's 64 gig. There's no 128 gig version. Like at that point, listen, cancel out the 64 gig altogether and start it with 128. Didn't they do that with the iPhones? With the iPhones, you can't get, I think the starting, I don't know. Oh, what happened? My monitor. Oh, look, what is happening? Oh God. Did you guys see all of that? My monitor just went blank. My camera. I think my cables are too taut. Because as soon as I pulled my iPad off. All right, hold on. Let me look at the iPad storage. So right now I've used 57.8 gigs of my 64 gigs. And system. Now I will say, my messages take up the majority of that. You guys don't want to know how much space my messages are taking. it's about 20 gigs. I can't see. All right. I don't know where. Oh, there we go. Okay. So system data, actually, it's doing a better job now. So system data is 7.8 gigs and iPad OS is 8 gigs. So that's 16 gigs. And the rest, I have my apps and my media. But, you know, listen, don't get 64 gig if you're going to use it on a daily basis. Okay, I put my iPad back. Okay, so 4 colors, 64 gig, 256 gigs, no 128. Pricing. For pricing, you are looking at $449 for the 64 gig, Wi-Fi only. So let's talk about Wi-Fi only, $449 for the 64 gig. And for the 256 gigs, it is $599. So $150 price difference to go from 64 gigs to 256 gigs on the Wi-Fi only. If you want to get cellular, then for cellular, you are starting at $599 for 64 gigs. And if you want to upgrade from 64 gig on the cellular to 256 gigs, you are now spending $749. You know what I didn't do? The entry level, I didn't compare this, but I have the notes here. The entry level iPad starts at $799. So at that point, oh, but that's still, it's 128 gigs. So you're probably better off buying an entry level iPad Pro. And then for 128 gigs with Wi-Fi, with cellular on the iPad Pro, you're looking at $999. But we're not going to talk about the iPad Pros right now. We're just going to finish up with the iPad 10. So it's going to be available in stores. You can pre-order now. Available in stores October 26th. No more Touch ID. Larger 10.9-inch display, which is pretty much the size of like the 11-inch. New camera placement. I saw K-Walk did mention that. So new camera placement. So instead of on the top in portrait mode, it is now in vertical. What is it? Horizontal mode, landscape mode in the middle. So if you're holding it this way, it's right here instead of being right here. That was a huge thing. I don't know if there's pictures here. There aren't any pictures here, but that's okay. Let's see what else. New camera placement in landscape mode, colors, memory. Now, if you do get the cellular model, it does have 5G, or more bands of 5G, so it can get faster speeds depending on your carrier and where you're at. They removed the lightning port completely. So those are the two big changes. So you can see now Apple is slowly getting the ecosystem away from, well, now we're done. We're done away with on the phones or on everything. No more of the circular Touch ID. And now there is no iPad that is being made, no new model with lightning. Every single iPad model now has been switched over to USB-C. And Obbs mentioned it. I don't understand this. This one for me is huge. The 2nd gen Apple Pencil does not work. Why? So you still, it's stupid, dumb. Don't waste your money. Get the iPad Pro. Get the entry level iPad Pro. Because the 1st gen Apple Pencil is not magnetic. So then you still have to find a way to carry it. And it has a dumb $10 adapter. I think they wrote an article on this. A dumb $10 adapter. Oh, update November launch. Paul, did you see this? Everything we know about the M2 Pro and M2 Max 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro. Where's the Mac Mini? Oh, here's a good picture. So they just updated this from when I looked at this earlier, so I didn't get a chance to see it. But you can see here the picture, right? That's what I mean by the Touch ID. You can see the big borders are now gone away. So if we compare, right, now they're just all pretty much very thin bezels, no more Touch ID on here. I want to show you guys this dumb adapter. Oh, they updated it with mad articles from when I looked at it this morning versus. Yeah. Weird choices Apple is making for its new iPads. I wish I would have read that article. I don't want to go through that right now. But I agree, because that little first gen Apple Pencil, like, what? Maybe in this article. It's a $10 piece. Oh, I know I saw it somewhere. It's a $10 piece, and the adapter is basically the lightning, so it goes on the top of the, if for those of you guys that know the first gen Apple Pencil, the cap comes off. It's a stupid lightning chip thing, and then you would plug that into the bottom of the iPad, and that's how you would charge your iPad, unless you got a special cable to charge it. Now they're selling a $9 adapter that goes from lightning, so you put that adapter on the top of the iPad, and then you can plug in a USB-C cable. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. That's dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. That is how I feel. Tell them how you really feel, India. It's dumb. Okay? And that is it for the iPad Pro. Let's see. Let me just check on you guys here. Love the Touch ID on my MacBook Pro. Use it on the keypad on the Mini. That's cool. I considered buying the Mac Mini keyboard, but I need, because I have the Windows computer for work and then all my Mac computers, I needed a keyboard with that I can add a unifying receiver and Bluetooth so that I can easily switch through devices. But listen, first world problems. Having Touch ID on a keyboard is just so convenient. I absolutely love it. Starlight on the iPhone 14 lineup is the fancy name for white. Is that what they did? For white, Starlight was like gold on the previous iPad Air or something like that. That's so too heavy-handed for Touch ID. That's so funny. The iPhone's right. Thank you, Dean. I knew that. The iPhones start now at 128 gig. Why? Just get rid of 64 gig. It's just, there's too much. Oh, is that right? It's a European requirement having the 64 gigs? That's dumb. That's what I'm going to say about that. Okay. A second gen Apple Pencil is a money grab. That is Apple for you. I love my Apple Pencil. Love my Apple Pencil. Yeah, I don't understand. And so I was thinking about that. And is it maybe the display technology? Why would they not have made the iPad, what are we calling this? The iPad 10? Why would they not have made the iPad 10? Because then at that point, get the iPad Air, right? Let me look at that article really quick. I should have, when I did my research today, I was trying to prepare for you guys today, I promise. These articles were not available when I did my research. But yeah, get the iPad Air. All right. So, okay. So the 9th gen, I don't care about that. Compare the iPad 10 versus listen, I would say, the iPad Air has an M1 chip, 8 cores. Get the iPad Air. 64. So that's the same. I didn't realize, maybe because I haven't bought an iPad and I haven't been interested in buying an iPad. I didn't realize that was a thing. If you guys you see 64 gig, 64, 256. That's dumb. But okay. But yeah, that's what I would say. Get the iPad Air. Does this talk about pricing? Give me pricing. Here you go. 64 gig. Listen, so it's $150 more to go from the iPad 10 to the iPad Air. I don't know. I would say just get the iPad Air. I cannot, with knowing the Apple Pencil, knowing I cannot tell you guys, or just spend a little bit more and get the 11-inch iPad Pro and be done with it. All right, let's go back. Bring this over here. Yes. Hello, Dr. Elo. Okay. Oh, USB-C is an European. Yes, because that's been all over the news lately. 100%. That's been all over the news. Absolutely. Yeah. Probably get an iPad Air refurbished. That could be a move right there. Absolutely. That can be a move 100% because I cannot tell anybody, cannot recommend to anyone to get this. I just, no. It is. So that's been, there's articles. It's like they're suing Apple. It's a huge thing. They're trying now to get it. So it's like the slow move. It's just, that's a whole nother. All right. So let me Control F. Hey, come over here. Folio. What's it called? I thought it was called a keyboard. Next. Come on. I know that there's a whole, there you go. No, well, that's what it looks like, but they actually did a separate article on it. Oh, here we go. The new $449 iPad doesn't work with the Apple Pencil, requires a dongle to charge the first gen. This is the dongle. Guys, why? Why? All right, enough. All right. Come on. I want to shake. There you go. Keyboard Folio. I wouldn't say it's a new product. It's cool. Definitely cool. The Keyboard Folio is detachable. So the keyboard itself detaches from the cover so that you can lay the iPad flat. So I can appreciate that. That is what stopped me from using the Keyboard Folio on my iPad Pro. And that is because, again, I write notes all the time on my iPad. And so writing notes on the iPad, I would have to detach it anyway. And so then it became too much of a pain in the ass. So I just permanently kept it out of its case. It's very rare. I like it. I like having the Keyboard Folio because if I know that I want to sit down and, so I take it with me when I travel, that I don't want to take my MacBook because it is lighter, like Gigi said. But in the house, I don't even know where it is right now. I think it's over here somewhere. I have no idea where it is right now. Whereas if they made this, realize what I'm saying, if they made this for the iPad Pros, I would hands down get it because then I can just keep the back flat, detach it, and then, when I'm the majority of the day, write my notes, and then when I'm going to travel, attach the keyboard back on, my front is protected and we're good to go. So I do like that. The stand is adjustable for different angles. Definitely innovative compared to what it was before. I wish that this would have been the original release. This is great. Absolutely great. However, it is $250. The entry level. So here's my problem with this. $250. Entry level price for the iPad 10 is $450. So this Keyboard Folio is priced at more than half of what the starting price is of the iPad 10. That is not a good value proposition. This Keyboard Folio, unless somebody tests it, because it is the same size as the iPad Air, it's 10.9 inch screen. When you check on Apple's website for compatibility, Apple is saying that this Keyboard Folio is only compatible with this iPad. And listen, if it were $250 for my iPad Pro, that I'm going to drop over $1,000 on, yeah. But when the device itself is $450 and this is more than half of the cost of that, how can you give me a tablet computer that is $450. How can you not make this keyboard more cost effective? And then on top of that, it is not a universal device across the iPad Air and the 11-inch iPad Pro. Like, what? No, absolutely not. It's only available in white. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I was looking at some comments. A lot of people said that it's probably a good idea because the black does stain. Like, you can see the grease from your fingertips, the oils from your hands. It does easily stain, I will say that. And that's that I haven't used it heavily, so I can only imagine what it would look like for a heavy user. I don't know if I would feel, I mean, I know that like companies like Dbrand makes skins for the keyboard folio. So I probably, because I feel like the white is also going to get dirty. I think it's also going to attract, right? Lots of dirt and smudges. But it's only available in white. Oh, and they added a whole row for function keys where the original Magic Keyboard Folio did not have function keys or an escape key. It was dumb. That's the Keyboard Folio. Let's go back. All right. Dum, 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 dum. Let's see. Magic Keyboard Folio. Thank you. The new iPad has a built-in kickstand. What? Or the new iPad Folio. What do you think? I just bought a Magic Keyboard for my iPad Pro M1. Now I know why it was heavily discounted. Still very happy. Well, it wouldn't have worked for the other one anyway. But that's good if you got it heavily discounted. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you. The white keyboard is going to get gross. I would never buy that. Well, if you wanted it, that's the only color it comes in. So you would absolutely have to buy it and then buy a skin from like Dbrand or Decal Girl or something. I know Dbrand definitely makes skins for the keyboard folio. So I'm sure that they're going to make a skin for that. But I was like, white only? No, I don't know. All right, that's a keyboard folio. And now on to the big stuff. iPad Pros M2s. No changes with the size. So there's the 11-inch iPad. I've said that already a handful of times. 11-inch iPad, 12.9-inch iPad, M2 chip. So when you talk about the statistics for the benefits of all geek stuff of the M2 chip, so it's an 8-core CPU, which is allegedly 15% faster than the M1 chip. So I thought about it, that being that mine is not even M1, how much faster will it be? I'm looking forward to testing that out or seeing that in action. The GPU is up to 35% faster. The M2 chip can now capture ProRes video. So that is a huge thing. They now with the software, whatever they're doing with the M2, they're introducing something called Apple Hover. Did I get it right? Apple Pencil Hover. And basically what it does, let me see. Folding iPhone will cost $2,500, suggest analysts, with a folding iPad first. I don't know about that. This thing over here is pretty cool. Whatever that is, that's cool. I love mock-ups sometimes. All right, let me see. Let's go back. What did I? Let's see. What am I looking for? Apple Hover. Hover. All right. The new hover feature. So basically, the iPad will know when you're... Come on, 9 to 5 Mac is disappointing me today. It'll show you kind of like a little spotlight, very similar to when you connect a mouse to your iPad. It has that little circle and you can change the size of it. It looks very similar to that. So it's a round grayish circle that shows up on the screen. And what the sell is for that is that it will allow for you to be even more precise with knowing exactly where on the screen your iPad is going to show up. I mean, if it's not, it sounds a little gimmicky, maybe not, maybe because there's not enough information. So I don't know. the only, I guess, where it won't be gimmicky is for artists, right? Where they need that pinpoint precision, and before they go in, they can make sure that that's exactly where they want to land, you know, the ink on the screen. But that's new. Let's see. Okay, so this was a huge. What is this? What happened here? They've been just releasing. The huge DaVinci Resolve. So finally, it looks like now some big time apps are now that are desktop only coming to the iPad with this new M chip. So the one in the video, the promo video, was DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is a video editor, competitors of Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere. So I thought that was huge. The app, they didn't say when the app is going to be released, but that's the one. And then what they noticed, I was trying to figure out, I didn't realize that they were going to bring so many articles from when I did this to when I'm streaming. But the other apps that they are talking about that are going to come are the DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Photoshop, Affinity Publisher 2, Octane X. I don't know what Octane X is. UMake. I don't know what UMake is. And then they said and more. Not quite sure what the and more will be, but let's see. I was just making sure that Paul wasn't texting me for anything, just keeping an eye on the stream. Let's see. So that's a huge one, right? With the M2, I want to see, it was a 9-minute promo video. So now it's a matter of, I'm ordering it because I'm due for an upgrade. But in terms of what does that really look like? Is this just that DaVinci Resolve just decided to create an app for the iPad similar to like what LumaFusion has, right? Because, you know, LumaFusion, we've been able to edit, and LumaFusion is a great mobile device editor that is very similar. If you know how to use Final Cut Pro, you can work your way around LumaFusion. It's pretty much the same. Almost the same. Koa hasn't come downstairs this whole time. Oh, she is here. I thought I heard her. She did. She showed up. I'm going to not rile her up. So I'm interested to see how powerful can it really be, and these other apps. And so that is really, they didn't talk too much about what the M2 can do. I mean, they talked about how much faster it is and then using the highlight of the software and stuff. I thought I heard her. Thanks, Obs. I thought I heard her, but then, you know, I looked briefly, I didn't see her, but now she's over here hanging out. When I have the in-ear monitors, it literally blocks out all the sound around the house. So it was very faint. I heard her nail clatter coming down the stairs. West Side, what is it cracking? Let's see. The question is when we will see it exactly. Ecamm Live on M2 on the iPad. That's what we've been talking about, right? The Apple talked about how powerful the iPads can now be. Then that's just in general, whether it's Ecamm, here's the thing. We can run iOS apps now natively on the computer. I do that with my lights, and the Epidemic Sound app I downloaded, although the formatting isn't the prettiest. However, yes, thank you, Gabe. Gabe left and came back. Please book yourself. Appreciate it. But it's just, that's up to Apple. There's clearly limitations with that stuff. So that's up to Apple. So that was it in terms of the announcements. I do have information regarding pricing because that is a huge factor. That is a huge factor. So for the 11-inch iPad, let's go over Wi-Fi only models. The 11-inch iPad, you can get it in storage variations of, and I can switch back over here. Oh. Ooh. Let's close this out. Oh, my scene is locked. Oh, this is scary. Let's come over here. Hey. Oh, there it is. I'm like, why can't I see it? I was trying to see if I can get Koa in the screen. There she is. I'll zoom in a little bit and then we'll get back to business. Back to business. She's tired. She was driving me nuts today. There you go. You can see her hanging out. She's sleeping. So we're going to be very quiet. We're not going to wake her up. She's right there. All right. Okay, so let's get back to pricing. So this is a cool Halloween. This is more my style. Let me just save this. I like this. Very nice. All right. She's knocked out. You see her? She is knocked out. She's like, all right, Mom, what are you doing? Okay, Paul. Paul says an editing program is very different than a streaming program. So, storage variants, we have 128 gig, 256, 512, and 1 terabyte, as well as 2 terabyte. I thought about the 2 terabyte and I'm like, man, who would really need an iPad at 2 terabyte? I would imagine hardcore videographers, hardcore photographers, and artists that don't want to have to worry about keeping, attaching, reattaching a hard drive. Let me look at my iPad. My iPad Pro, I told you, is 256 gig. I do use it very heavily. What do we got here for storage? Let me see, because I know I would at least get another 256. On my iPad, I've used 130 gigs. So I've used half of it. So I probably can do another 256 at that point. I've used half and I've had it for a while. I got to think about it. So let's talk about pricing. So 128 gig is $800. 256 gig is $900. This is the 11-inch Wi-Fi only. 512 gig is $1,099, so $1,100. 1 terabyte is $1,500. Guys, that is the price of an M1 MacBook Pro. A 13-inch. $1,500 for the 11-inch Wi-Fi only, 1 terabyte. And then the 2 terabyte is $1,900. Yikes. And what they did, their pricing model is that basically if you want Wi-Fi, if you want cellular, then the whatever storage you want, you just tack on an additional $200. So to get cellular, it costs you an additional $200. That's the bump in price. So basically, the 128 gig cellular 11-inch is $1,000, $1,099, $1,299, then $1,600. Nope, $1,700 for the 1 terabyte. And for the freaking 2 terabyte, it's $2,100. I don't know. Listen, buy a mobile hotspot at that point and keep it with you at all times. That is, I mean, if you got it, you got it. I could never justify that price. Apple Care is $129 for the 2 years upfront, or $5.99 a month. What I like what they're doing, they started doing this a few years ago, is that if you pay for it monthly, it never expires. So for me, that's actually been beneficial because I've had mine for over 2 years now. I bought it, you figure I bought it in 2018. 4 years? Have I had my iPad for that long? I gotta see. But I've been paying for it monthly. I mean, what is that? 4 years, $60? 10? Am I a banker? I'm a banker. I'm a banker that uses a calculator. $5.99 times that by 12 times that. Yeah, $60 a year. I did do that right. $287. I've never used the Apple Care on my iPad. I've used the Apple Care on my AirPods. I 100% use the Apple Care on my iPhone. Never use it on my iPad. It'll be the one time. I mean, because it's $6 a month. It's one of those things that I just rather budget for it. It's like insurance, right? I'd rather budget for it than not have it, and then I'm screwed. 12.9-inch pricing. At 2 terabytes, you could really step up your messaging game. For me, right, when I tell you that on my iPad mini, there's 20 gigs of messages, I agree wholeheartedly. But 2 terabytes, listen. I think the Koa Cam is my favorite thing in the stream. Look, she has not moved, and I'm not going to wake her up at all. Instead of buying me that for Christmas, you can just get me the M2 Mini. Okay, I got you. Let's talk about pricing on the 12.9 inch. So the 12.9 inch, so the storage variants are the same. They start at 128 and then they go up 128 gigs in increments. So 128, 256, 512, 1 terabyte. And then from 1 terabyte, it jumps up to 2 terabyte. So the starting price on the 12.9 inch Wi-Fi only is $10.99. Then it goes from $10.99 to $11.99 for 256. So I have 256. I would at least get 256. But mine is also a cellular model, which I have absolutely taken advantage of, again, for business needs. So when I go out and I'm visiting a nonprofit, or when I'm at the bank and I have to do a business meeting, having the ability, and the nonprofit, so when I'm visiting people, when I'm doing a sales call, being able to pull up my flyer, send them the flyers on the fly, receive an email on the fly, cellular, and not have to worry about a hotspot, because I do have a hotspot now, but just having it built in to the iPad. With my iPad Pros, I've always opted for the cellular version because with being out on the road, it's just so much easier. Although I do have a hotspot now. I ended up buying a hotspot right before I signed up with T-Mobile, right before we went to People a Video. And I got it under my business account, my tax ID with the business account. And I got 100 gigs for $50 a month. I just don't want to be in that situation where I buy the iPad Wi-Fi only, and then a year down the line, I end up needing cellular. All right, so $10.99, $11.99, $13.99 for $512. Then for 1 terabyte, it's $1,800, $17.99 for Wi-Fi only. And then for 2 terabytes, you are looking at $2,200 Wi-Fi only. The same $200 markup if you want cellular. So if you want cellular, you add $200 to those prices. So what are we looking at? This is where, for me, what I would be looking at if I were to get the same variant. Well, I got the 256. So the 128 gig for cellular, the 12.9 inch, is $1,299, $1,300. And then for the variant that I have, that I would replace it at that level or go up a notch. But at the level I currently have, it's $1,400. And then $1,600. So it's $1,400 for 256, $1,600 for 512. $2,000 for a terabyte and $2,400. $2,000 for 1 terabyte. That's how much I paid. So I have a 16-inch M1 MacBook Pro. I got open box from Best Buy. I paid like $1,750, 512 gigs. Hey, she woke up. I paid $1,750 around there, no more than $1,800 for my 16-inch M1 MacBook Pro. The 2 terabyte cellular 12.9 is $2,400, and the 256 gig is $1,400. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so for me, because I have the hotspot now, I pay $50 a month, right? And I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, man, $50 a month. I'll be one of those customers like back in the day, the AT&T customers that still are grandfathered into like unlimited internet. I said at 100 gigs a month for $50 a month, that's a lot. I'm probably going to hold on to that plan forever. I'm just budgeting in that $50. So I have the hotspot. It works as a power brick and stuff like that. I can keep it in my bag. I always have some sort of bag, whether it's a slim messenger, whether it's a backpack. I always have a bag that I can keep it in. Heck, I can even keep, it's upstairs. I wish I had it down here to show. I don't know if I have it here. Peak Design. Absolutely love this bag. I do have it. No, I don't. Oh, I do. Here's a hotspot. It's a power bank as well. This is an actual power bank. Same size. Look at this. Same size. So I can plug in any USB-C device. We come over here. Here you go. Come over here. This is the power bank here. Anchor. Love these guys. USB-C, regular USB. Smart. I don't know how many milliamps. I don't have to charge this guy. I haven't charged it in forever, and I still have a bunch of batteries. This is the hotspot, the MiFi Inseego from T-Mobile. 50 gigs. It is also a power bank. So this, I can slip this into like my jacket, my blazer, the inside pocket of the blazer. It is thin enough so I can put it into the, so even if, what I was saying, the reason why I started showing you guys this is that even if I don't have, or this can fit in my back pocket, even if I don't have a bag, it's fairly thin enough that if I'm carrying my iPad, I can stick this in my back pocket or in the inside pocket of my suit jacket, my blazer, and have my iPad tethered to this wirelessly. How much money would I save? If we look at the models, let me just come back. Koa left. I don't know where Koa is. Hold on. Oh, this sounds like Beetlejuice. Mm-mm. I don't know. She went back upstairs. I'll keep it here so you guys can see when she comes down. That beginning intro sounded like the Beetlejuice. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. All right. So if I were to not do cellular and only do Wi-Fi, it's $200. Is it worth the savings? You guys tell me. Is it worth the savings of the $200? I don't think so. When I think about it like that way, because it's a $200 markup, Wi-Fi versus cellular. I kept this device. I would have to see. I feel like I either bought it in 2018 or 2019. So I've kept this device for, and that's why I was holding out, because that's the one thing where I said, you know what? I'm probably going to keep, as long as I get the right storage and it's, good enough, I'll probably keep the iPad for another 3 or 4 years. So for the $200 markup, is it worth, if I keep it for 3 years or 4 years? I think at that point, let me see. You figure $200, divide that by 36, $5 a month if I keep it for 3 years. That's how much extra on a monthly basis I would need to see the budget for it, basically, if I keep it for 36 months, right? $200, divide that by 36. Yep, $555. If I keep it for 48 months, and this is for anyone, honestly. Hey, what happened here? I lost you guys. If I keep it for 48 months, $200. And because the markup is the same for the 11-inch or the 12-inch, if you're thinking about, do I get Wi-Fi? Unless you know you're never out and about. But if you are out and about, someone, again, like Gigi, who's out all the time as an attorney going to court, someone like K-Walk, although K-Walk, I don't know what the Wi-Fi is looking like in your job, with the school and stuff. But if you are out and about, even if it's once a week, twice a week, that you're taking your iPad with you, what did I say, $200? Divide that by 48 months. What did I do here? 248. It's $4.16. At that point, when you're looking at it like that, like I know I would keep it for at least 3 years, unless there's some sort of radical big change within the next 2 to 3 years. But then at that point, I would sell it because I always get Apple Care with my devices, and that always gives you much higher resale value. So I would sell it. But if I keep it for as long as I've kept my current iPad Pro, then $5 a month, $5.50, even if it's 3 years, $5.50 a month it's for me at that point. I will budget that into, you know what, let me spend the extra $200 up front and have that safety net of having cellular. So you have the markup plus the monthly cellular, right? It's both. It's both because of the storage and stuff. But I know that I would need at least 256 gigs regardless. So then it's just because I have the hotspot, do I need to telling Koa to come downstairs? Look, she's coming. She's coming. Look at the stairs. She stopped. She was bothering Tyler. Did you guys hear her growl? She sounded like a scary monster. Please tell me you heard her growl. The fact that she hasn't come downstairs, she did something bad. She's looking at me from the stairs. You can see her at the top, but you can't see it, right? Because it's literally, where is it? It's like right over here. What are you doing? You better leave Tyler alone. Come lay down. Come here. There she is. Oh, hi, Mom. Hey, girl. Let me see. We are grandfathered into the crazy, awesome internet with our iPhones, but no Wi-Fi capability. That sucks. Dinner's on. Great show. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate you. Here's something scary. Koa's up and moving. Don't bite. That's not nice. Excuse me. Thanks. I think AT&T charges you more for 5G. Yeah, but a lot of people got away with it for a long time back when it was still 4G. Now that's how AT&T... Don't bite. Hey, I don't like that. I don't like that. Look, she got pissed off. She's like, F you then. And then she got away. She's trying to terrorize Tyler. You can see her at the bottom of the stairs looking up. But that's how they're trying to get people away from getting out of those grandfathered plans because they're, they try to charge them. Love that hotspot. So it's the same company. I decided to go with T-Mobile. I have Verizon for actually all of my other accounts. I decided to start a business plan with T-Mobile because I wanted to see the speeds with T-Mobile and then pricing and things like that. That the 100 gig for $50 is a T-Mobile only thing. You can't, but with Verizon, you pay $10 a month and then you can add it on as an add-a-line. So, but anyway, Gretchen probably left already, but thanks, Gretchen. Appreciate you. School Wi-Fi. My location is iffy. I still carry my hotspot. Okay. So then that's what I'm saying. If you have a hotspot, but if you use it for work, go for it. I had the way to hook up my laptop to my iPhone Wi-Fi. Yeah. So you would tether. And I got my first iPhone. AT&T was going to charge me more for 5G. I went to Sprint T-Mobile. Oh, because when you switched your plans, the tactics that the carriers do. The tactics. Oh, I did something. Shit. Command Z. I don't have one of those emergency buttons that, I'm back. Clearly my camera's out of focus as well. I pressed something on my Stream Deck. I don't have one of those emergency undo buttons that Alec has. But yeah. So what do you guys think? Let me see. Oh, and then that was it. That's the rest of my notes. iPad OS, we already said, is available starting October 24th. And then they released an updated 4K Apple TV. I have a throwback Apple TV. You guys know I'm a car girl. Back when I was doing my car videos and tinkering with my car, the Apple TV that I have, I don't know if you can do it with the newer ones. It's the same shape. But with the model that I have specifically, some nerd found out that with the correct wiring, if you break apart, tear apart or disassemble that Apple TV, there's 2 connection points, and you get regular electrical wire, whatever the gauge is, the thin gauge, and you can set it up so that it can run off of 12 volt power in your car. And so I hacked my Apple TV because I had an aftermarket radio that accepted HDMI in. Listen to what I did. So I had an aftermarket radio that accepted HDMI in, as like basically it turned it into a monitor. I hacked the Apple TV so that I can power the Apple TV from my car with a cigarette lighter charger, right, off of one of those ports. Added a completely new port with a piggyback fuse and add a fuse kit so that my iPad was constantly running when the car would turn on, not the iPad, the Apple TV would turn on. They used the HDMI output from the Apple TV into my aftermarket radio. And I had wireless CarPlay in my car. This was before Apple TV. Before CarPlay. So I'm saying AirPlay. This was before CarPlay. And I actually made my own bootleg hack version of CarPlay because I didn't use it to watch TV. I would actually use it to mirror my screen via AirPlay for the GPS for Waze. So I still have that Apple TV. It's upstairs because it can run off of both. And then I drilled a hole in the back, ran the wires, did a whole little legit thing. Yeah. Good night, Granny. Talk to you later. That should have said the first 5G iPhone. Finally cracked open my XL. Time to dive into the back of the Stream Deck classes. Very nice. Very good. Very good. Let me know if you need help. So anyway, so that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. My background scary music. You're going to have to put up with this for the rest of the month. Callie Fabio will be back from Live Streaming Pros on Sunday because we're going to do that Halloween thing, Halloween stream. So Sunday's going to be a spooky stream where we're going to be talking about all things scary Halloween and just hang out. So I'm looking forward to that. Gigi will be on at the end of the month. The day before Halloween, I told her that she is obligated to bring some Halloween festivities. So, hey. Oh, somebody brought a toy. Hi. So she does this thing with her paw that she tries to grab my arm. And did you just try to bite my finger? You did. I don't like that. Don't do that. What are you looking at? You're scaring me. Don't do that. Can I have my arm back? Thanks. Very nice. No. So it's time that I end the show. Oh. She wants to play. I appreciate you guys. So Callie will be back on Sunday. Did someone say Stream Deck Masterclass? There you go. Paul is using the segue. If you didn't know, now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. And if you don't know, that is a Biggie song. Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. from Brooklyn. I appreciate you guys. Nos vemos. Buenos nachos. I will catch you guys. Just wait till midnight when... Stop, Paul. I am so mad at you that you did that. Paul, fucking swear to God, if I start hearing shit in my house or I wake up with a bad dream, I'm fucking FaceTiming you. That is what I have to say. Where is she? She's back there behind me. All right, you guys. So I will catch you guys on Sunday. Gabe, make sure you reschedule yourself. And let me know what iPads are you getting. I'm ordering mine. I'm probably going to just order the same variant, 1256, 256 Wi-Fi. Fucking 14. Oh, wait. For those of you guys that have stayed to the end, bonus. For those of you guys that have stayed to the end, thank you. First of all, I appreciate you guys. Second of all, education store discount. Let me see. Since we're here, and then we're going to end for real, because I actually didn't eat dinner. And I'm hungry. But because I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. I want to teach Koa how to talk. She speaks. Some of you guys have seen my my video on Instagram where she howled to say that she's Puerto Rican. But I want to teach her how to speak on command. It's the funniest thing. Education store pricing. Let's see. iPad. Well, so for iPad 10, we can see right here, it is discounted by $40 because brand new it's $449. So $449, and here it is $419. $749, so $50. Hey. So, but shit. Yes. K-Walk, you are in my brain. So when I said shit, but then I said yes, K-Walk, you are right. I do save more with Best Buy because of the Total Tech and free Apple Care. But Best Buy will price match Apple Education Store pricing. Boom, 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 boom. Hold on, let me go back. Wait, what's happening here? So I will be getting it from Best Buy. And I will be asking them to price match the Education Store. And thing with buying from Best Buy, if there's still a problem, you have to send it into Apple for repair. Apple will replace it on site. Yeah, but if you have Apple Care, I buy all my stuff from Best Buy. I have Apple Care and I just make an appointment. With the Apple Care, it doesn't matter. So, with the Total Tech, you get the Apple Care for free. And then with the appointments, you just go to Apple and then you're good to go. And then it's all the same. So yeah, don't go to no stinking Geek Squad. Don't do no stinking Geek Squad. All right, so $50 off. Let me bring this back over this way. $50 off. So if I were to, so let's see. $100. Actually, so it's $50 off of the 11-inch, but $100 off of the 12-inch Wi-Fi only. Because the 12-inch Wi-Fi only regular starts at $10.99 and here it's $9.99. All right, so let's see. $12.99. I don't care the price. The color. Space gray. $256. Wi-Fi cellular. $12.99. Yeah, it's $100 cheaper through the Apple Education Store discount. So if I can manage to get Best Buy to price match it, I save myself $100. Wait, you guys want to know the wave? Since we're here, I will drive to Delaware where there's no tax. I will go to Best Buy. I will ask them to price match. Save the $100 and then save another $100-something on taxes. And I get the Apple Care for free. So Apple Store education discount, whether you have Best Buy or Best Buy Total Tech or not, before you buy. If you are thinking about buying any of the devices, you can see here the 12.9 inch on the education store is $100 cheaper, and the 11 inch is $50 cheaper. So that's, you know, tax pretty much. You're saving money there. So I would say do it. Hey girl, you missed Koa coming to talk to me, and she brought me a toy and she put her paw on my shoulders because she was trying to pull me away like, Mom, you're done, get off. So yeah, but you don't have to go there. That's what I'm saying. If you have the Apple Care, even if it's lemon, Best Buy has to send it to Apple first. Yeah, but I would never, unless I was returning it. Like my iPad now, the one that I have, the iPad Pro and the iPad Mini, the iPad Mini I bought from the Apple store. The iPad Pro, you get it from Best Buy, get the Apple Care, and then just make the appointment at Apple at the Genius store. Then get it in Delaware. Absolutely, exactly. Savings, savings, savings. Ching, 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 ding, 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 ding. I don't think I have a money sound effect. I don't. Oh.
And the winner is...
Oh, that's not the one. I don't like that one. You are. Shut up. You are in my brain. 100%. All right. So now for real. I'm glad that I did that. $100. Just got to make sure that before I go to Delaware, check their stock, make sure they have it. And then we're good to go. Because then you figure if I bring my trusty calculator back up, what's the price? $12.99, and taxes is about 7%. Yeah, $90, 91 bucks. So if it's 7%, it's about $100 that I'm saving. So $200 if I were to buy, well, $100 if I were to buy it in Delaware, whether I buy it from Apple or from Best Buy. And then the education store discount is an extra $100. So that's $200 in savings. And then as long as that Best Buy doesn't give me a hard time to price match. Listen, at that point, I will drive around because it's the whole state of Delaware. I'll drive around to different Best Buy stores because Best Buy will. I've done it in Connecticut. I've done it in New York. I've done it in New Jersey. Unless something has changed from the last time I've done it. So, Koa doggy streamer time. Yeah, she's back upstairs driving. She's bothering Tyler again. So she's coming. She's coming. She's not coming. I thought she was coming. Oh, she's coming. She's coming. Hey! Hey! Come here. There you go. All right. Man, almost 2 hours. It's been great. You guys have been great. You know what's really great? I am at... which was probably another reason why I wasn't going too crazy about ending it, because I am at, hold on, espérate. Hold on. My watch time is down because I haven't been streaming consistently. However, 99 hours away from finally hitting my 4,000 watch time hours in the year and being officially YouTube monetized. So we'll make that very soon. So Aldo's asleep in the backseat of the truck. We are 3 hours from home, finally, at least for a week. Then Italy. Ooh. Exactly, K-Walk. Delaware is small enough that if the one I usually go to Christiana Mall, which is 35 minutes away from me, if they tell me no, then I'm going to the other one. But I don't think that they'll tell me no. I think we'll see, because I am going to buy it within the next week and a half. Let me see, actually, because you can order it. They'll be in stores. Okay. They'll be in stores on the 26th. So that's when I'll go. So next week. So you guys will probably hear for it at the end, because that's next week, Wednesday. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted and I'll let you know. Now I will have to be the language monitor. Why? Now I have to be Why? What do you mean language monitor? What do you mean? ¿Qué pasó? What do you mean by that? I don't understand. Koa, can you come downstairs? Come here, girl. Koa. Hey, girl. She's coming. Oh, if you get... Yes. Yeah, I got to do a better job. Yeah. With all of that stuff. All right. I'm for real. Because I am hungry. I didn't get a chance to eat dinner before I jumped on the stream. So I'm going to warm up my dinner. And Sunday. Buenos nachos. Good night. Nos vemos. I'll see you guys later. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging with me. Gretchen and husband Bob. Is it Bob? Gretchen, is your husband's name Bob? Oh, Bob, don't be mad at me. We all need to put India's YouTube playlist on the background while we work. Yes, please. That'll help me because I'm literally 100 hours away from being monetized. So, do what you can to help a sister out. Please, just let it play. Binge my stuff. Yes, I knew it was Bob. I didn't want him to be mad at me, but you and Bob have a safe night driving, and I will catch you guys. For real. Good night. Bye, y'all.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Winner.
Damn it. All right, I'm done. I'm not even going to try. Bye, guys. Talk to you later.